and welcome to Talks and Takes. I am Natasha, and with me is my lovely co-host,
Ashley.
And on today's episode, we'll be talking on bullying in schools. But before we get right into it, I have with me our lovely guest here, Dr. Duru Vivian. She is the proprietress of Kennis Angel Academy and administrator Port Harcourt. Welcome, Ma. And also we have with us Mrs. Anne Okonta. You're a dance instructor, dance coach, and also children's teacher.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so before we get into it, we'll just go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey there. Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. Dr. Duru, I'd like to start with you. As a proprietress of a school, how common is bullying in schools?
Bullying in school, generally speaking, is not really a new thing. It has been there, probably regarded as a normal passage right for children in school. So it has not really been taken care of. Let's say it has been buried. People don't really take action on curbing bullying in school. But bullying is something that happens, but especially in Nigerian school. Although it has been kept buried until the incident of Romani, which brought it open to light, and people began to ask questions and start taking actions. So bullying is there, always there.
Okay. Do you think there's an age where people outgrow bullying, or the person that bullies, a child that bullies, do they get to a certain age and stop it? And even child that get bullied, do they get to a certain age and speak up for themselves without any assistance?
Bullying doesn't have any age. It starts from childhood to adulthood. Bullying children, even in adult age, in different occasions, different schools, different offices, everywhere. There is no certain age meant for bullying. Even in government offices, you see people are being bullied. In school premises, you see it there. Even along the road, anywhere you find yourself, both young or old, they undergo bullying. Those bullied, those bullying, doesn't have any particular age.
Bullying, the topic hits close to home for me because I experienced it as a child in secondary school. In primary school until secondary school, where I learned how to speak up for myself. And I know based on experience, that it affects your self-esteem. So I want to ask you, Mrs. Anne, as a dance instructor, do you think what you do, teaching children how to dance, do you think it helps their self-esteem, especially ones that have been put down by bullying?
Okay, I think basically, like you said, I was bullied too. And I found out that dance is an expression of your emotions. So the more you release your emotions, the more your self-esteem gets higher. So I teach dance to children. I see children who are unnecessarily quiet, silent, who don't want to talk, but when it's time to dance, their voices are very loud. So dance actually helps a lot of people. Not even only bullying, but basically in everything. It helps build your self-esteem.
Dr. Duru, so in your statement, I listened to you carefully because I'm very keen on you as a proprietress. You mentioned that children absorb it as a rite of passage. Yes, I want to ask, is that something that should be? Is that something that should be acceptable within the children folk, that this is a rite of passage?
Okay, the word bullying itself shows that it is wrong. So you cannot accept it as a rite of passage. In every totality, bullying is wrong.
Dr. Duru? Can you explain that a little bit? Yes.
What I mean is that at times during our days in secondary school, I was fortunate to be in a boarding school. Going there, the first thing our parents will always tell us, yeah, you get there, learn how to take care of yourself, don't be afraid of anyone. Be certain that people will come to harass you, do all kinds of punishment, endure it, accept it. You know, those things, they don't really see bullying as something that is really wrong. They see it as part of education, part of school experience. So that's why I said it's like a rite of passage to every child. When you get there, you are bullied, you accept it. You don't speak out.
Yeah.
You're afraid of saying it. When you try to speak out, your parents will question, are you the only child there? Keep quiet. Endure it. That is what you pass through as a student.
I totally, I'm on that same page with you because I also went to boarding school. I was not really bullied. I was mostly on the other side, kind of. But the thing is, I realized that back then in secondary school, yes, there were bullies. There was all of the beating and all that. But it never really did lead to death. But these days, we're seeing it on a whole different level, especially amongst even the younger ones. I'm not even talking about the senior secondary schools.
Yes.
The Sylvester Romani, he was in JS3, JS1, the lower classes. The lower classes. And now we're seeing it's leading to death. The way that they beat each other, it's appalling. So I want to ask, what really is the role of the school as an educative body? What are they really doing about this? Is it a thing where the educators say, oh, it's a rite of passage, let's accept it for what it is? Or is it really being frowned upon right now amongst the school sector?
No. School doesn't keep quiet when it comes to bullying. I could remember those days, one of my classmates was, let's say, the bear ringer, the head of the bullies. His name, I think Frank Akemi, somebody like that. When the school system found out that such a person was a bully, they excommunicated him. The parents came, they complained, but the school refused to admit him again. The schools are doing something to curb bullying, but they are not really putting much effort as needed.
Okay.
You understand?
I agree with that.
Those days, the school system is a system of acceptance. They accept everything. They give mere punishment. Just as you said, it wasn't really the way it is presently. Those days, it was on mere punishment, violence, risky behaviors, and all the rest of that, you know. But presently, in case of what happened to Aramale's
Sylvester,
it led to death. You can't really tell if such thing has been there. You understand? But because people refuse to speak out. After the case of Aramale, it became an eye-opener to everyone. Even activists, students, everyone. We are like enlightened to know that bullying is completely wrong. You should speak out when you are bullied. And speaking out will help to curb bullying, help to prevent it. And people will know that it's really bad to bully and to experience it and keep quiet.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Sure. I totally do understand. Now, to you, Miss Anne, I want to know, most of the time we say that the temperament of the bully is mostly out there, outspoken, boisterous.
Yes.
And the one that is being bullied is quite timid and quiet unto themselves. Would you say, being a specialist with children, would you say temperament really does influence who becomes the bully and who becomes the bullied? Because I know that, some quiet people can still be very mean at the same time. But I want to ask you that, would you say temperament has to influence between the one that is the bullied and the one that is the bully?
I don't know if I could put it as temperament, because bullying comes from a whole different place. It mustn't be about the person's temperament. It could be, most times I actually realize, because of the way I've been dealing with children, you realize that bullying comes from different places. Some parents don't show love to their children, so they come to school to express that pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so you look at a child, for example, and the child is quiet. But you notice that the child is pinching somebody else, stepping on somebody else. And those things are actually, you can't actually say the characteristics of bullying is anger, pain. No. It comes from diverse places. You can see a child who is very aggressive is a bully. You can see a child who is very quiet is a bully. You can see a child who is always smiling. Oh, but he's mean. She's mean. You get, so the thing is, bullying comes from different places.
Okay, I like that you brought up the family briefly. So I want to ask you, what role do you think the family plays in a child ending up as a bully or being bullied?
80%.
And what exactly do they do? Let's say, okay, she was saying a child that is timid might be bullied. Do you think that bullied children, especially the ones that don't talk, do you think that it's something from the house? Maybe they are usually not allowed to express themselves. So even when they get bullied, they cannot tell anybody about it. They can't even go back home and tell their parents. So what exactly do you think parents are doing that are turning these children to bullies or children being bullied and not talking?
Okay, basically, I have learned that children are sponges. Whatever you put into a child is what is going to, when you press him, that's what's going to
come out. Yes.
But parents nowadays feel that a child who is very quiet, oh, my child is quiet. They don't know why. What I feel these days is parents do not relate very well with their children. You know, because if you are home, your child is quiet, what's wrong with you? Come and tell me, and you coerce the child. Children love attention.
Yes.
Every child. So when you put in the attention, before you know, the child is telling you things that you didn't even expect. So I believe that these days, parents do not relate so much with their children and look at whatever their children do as, oh, that's the new thing. You see a child who comes, always beating his sister, says he's a man. What's that? Okay? So gradually, you don't even know you are creating a bully.
Yes.
Your child, you say sit down, say mommy no, say he's outspoken. Seriously? Okay, so when a child is like that, the child feels if mommy and daddy can accept this, then who is an outsider? Okay, so basically that's the thing about the family. The family plays 80% of the role because even the Bible says, train a child in the way he should go and he will never depart from it. So if you keep training your child, learn to love your neighbors, be nice to people, the child will go outside and start matching, stepping on somebody. The child will go outside and say, oh, my mom says I should love. So I stepped on you, sorry. Just because of the way the child was brought up.
Yeah.
But you teach your child, fight back, fight for yourself. When the child gets outside, somebody steps, he gives the child like 10 blows. It's basically the family.
Yes.
So most times I always look at schools, environment, every other thing like 20%. So basically the family is 80%.
Okay, I have a few questions from your points, but we'll go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. Okay, so before we went on that short break, since everything was getting heated already, I'm very much interested in this topic. But then, Mrs. Anne, you were talking about the family being very much invested in all of this, that if the family did their job, their kids will be the better off. You said them, train up your child in the way he should go when he's old. But still, there is the part of association that even though I have trained you in a certain way, regardless, you would go out into the world, you would learn, you would associate with people, and you will pick up habits. So is it really fair to really put the onus of the blame on the family to say the family has 80%, part to play in all of this? That's for you, please. And then for you, Ma, real quick, for the school, we also have had issues where teachers have complained that because I disciplined your child, your parents came to school and beat me up, locked me up, arrested me. I really would like to know what you would say the level of discipline, well, the power given to schools as to disciplining these bullies, what it should be, right? So I'll just go with you first.
Okay, so basically, I really don't know how to go into that because a lot of schools have stopped the discipline thing. I teach a lot of schools that do not allow corporal punishment in any manner. Okay, they always tell you timeout. And I see children go for timeout, and when they get there, they are, oh my God. They've gone into play mode. That place is like, thank you, Jesus. So they like the timeout, so they keep doing it. Okay, so I don't know if schools really should remove discipline totally. But the thing a lot of people forget is talking to a child so it's discipline.
Yes.
So when a child does wrong, instead of sending the child away from your view, putting the child in the corner, and in that corner he has created like 6 imaginary friends and he's playing there. To him, what he has done is not bad if he's playing. So I think schools should also incorporate a counselor into every school. Have somebody when a child does wrong, go meet the counselor. Okay, instead of doing that timeout. I don't think that.
So is it fair that the family has an 80% role to play in this? Is it fair to say the family has an 80% role?
Basically, I think what you are looking at is because I said 80%. Basically, if you say 60, it's still more. What we're saying is the family has a larger role to play.
Okay.
Whether I say 90 or I say 95 or I say 70, it still shows that the family has more. So the school also has, friends have, because you're going to be interacting with people, you're going to go into the environment, you're going to be seeing things.
Yes.
So everything has a role to play, but the family just has more. A larger role.
Dr. Duru?
Okay, let me come in there. You know, whenever ugly things happens in the school are always blamed. The teachers, the management, the parents keep blaming them on every event. Whatsoever that takes place negatively, the schools are caught up. But actually, it began from the family. The characters, the manners you build into a child is what a child is built at there. When it comes to school bullying, the children are always aggressive, very violent. I could remember the last event that took place in the school where a child pushed a fellow student and the child screamed. The next thing that took place, you can't really imagine it. The child rushed and beat the child on the back. So they brought them to my office and was like, how come you are too violent to this extent? Do you know what the child said? My mommy said anybody that beat me, I should beat the person back. I was like, get on your knees until you said the truth. She said, yeah, that is what my mommy taught me. Do you know, I have to go deep in finding out the actual thing that happened. I called the mom, to my own greatest surprise. You know what the mommy said? Yes, I have encouraged my children. Anybody to beat them several times. If they beat you one, beat them 10. If they beat you, beat them every year. So, my heart was surprised. So, in that scenario, what really happened is that the children are not really to be blamed, but their parents. You know, what you imbue in a child is what the child
about. Yeah.
You understand? Good. So parents have important role to play in preventing bullying. The parents, there is this strong bond of love, influence, and connection. The way you direct your child is the route your child will follow. But unfortunately, presently, children, they disregard the advice of their parents. Some tend to follow their own way. But the parents still have the right, the responsibility of fixing their feet on the right path when they go astray. The parents have the right to change the family dynamics based on connection, influence, and also belonging. The parents have the right to teach the children the golden rule of do unto others do you want them to do to you. The parents could teach their children morality, what's wrong and what's right.
But the school serves as an institution for morality. The school is meant, because I remember growing up, back in primary school, the songs we used to sing during morning devotion, right, had all of that to do. So I've been hearing so much about the parents' ma, but you, as per the school board, you're absolving yourself off of the responsibility.
Listen, the school have its role to play, and that is why the school is a place of learning. The children comes to that place to learn. The things that the parents are not able to teach them, just as I explained earlier, what the parents told the child. What I did was to call the child and counsel the child. I redirected this child that it is wrong to pay back. Speak out. Talk to your teacher. Your teacher is there to mount punishment to anything that happens. You understand? That is our own aspect of teaching the children, directing them and redirecting them when they go wrong. But the parents start the work by building positive attitudes in their children at home. When they come out there, they deviate from what their parents are teaching them. That is where the school comes in to redirect them and feed them to the right way. You understand?
Well said.
Okay, I want to bring us back to family, talking about family. And this question I would like both of you to answer. We said, or you said, you teach your children how to be nice, how to be kind towards people. If you step on someone, you say sorry. But where do you draw the line between teaching your child to be nice and teaching your child how to have boundaries? I'm saying this because there are some adults that don't know where to draw the line. They don't like something being done to them, but because they need to be nice, they keep quiet and just overlook it. Some of them will tell themselves it's just for a while. Maybe it's a phase they are going through, or it will end soon, and just, taking in all the pain, all the disrespect and everything. So what would you say, or how do you say a parent should draw the line between teaching your child how to be nice and teaching your child how to have boundaries?
Okay, there is this thing we call assertive skill. Teaching children how to draw boundaries, just as I said. When to say yes and when to say no. When to know that this is wrong, you are not supposed to do it. When to say no, I have my principle, I have my will. You can't cross boundaries. When a child is being bullied, the child should know when to speak up. The child should know when to draw the attention of their parents. If your parents are outspoken, if your parents are the type that gives you their time, if your parents gives you time, open-minded to you, brings you closer to them, their love and their care can give you that assurance of having confidence in them. So as to speak out whenever you have yourself in trouble or you face challenges in life, the children should be put to the right way by their parents. I know that school has a lot of things to do, and that is why the children are being put in there.
Okay.
You know everything, there will be no space for you to attention.
Okay, Ma, so where will you say you draw the line?
What we are saying is about setting rules and creating boundaries for your children, learning the skill of assertiveness. You understand? The children should be able to know that this is right and this is wrong. They should know that whatsoever you do to others is applicable to you. There is this saying that says, if parents don't shape their children, outside forces
will do for them.
The forces that don't really know shape their head. Word? Nice. That don't care if they are following the right way or not. So that is more reason why parents should teach their children the assertive skill of setting boundaries, knowing when to say no to things that are not right, and when to say yes to things that is accepted.
Okay, Ma. So I love everything that I've heard so far, but there's something I also want to point out. You kept talking about being assertive, right? Yeah. But then you gave an instance of the fact that a child was being bullied by another, and the child reacted by hitting the other kid on the back. and they both came to your office, and then you chastised this one who hit the other one on the back, and then when you asked the kid, how did you learn this? He or she said, my mother said I should stand up for myself. And then you really wanted to know, you called the mother and then you asked and then you punished the kid. My question here is it wrong to be defensive? Because we cannot always react amicably with the bully. Say that I am being beaten back to back. So every time, are you saying that as a kid, the child should always come to the teacher? Where is the line drawn where I really can stand up for myself and give you a punch and do the Floyd Mayweather if I can? So where is that?
Standing up for yourself doesn't mean violence.
Oh, thank you.
Standing up for yourself means speaking out.
Thank you very much.
And then you're killed?
Do you understand?
And then if Sylvester Oromoni could fight back, would he have died?
If he had spoken out earlier, he wouldn't have even got to that place. That's the truth. If you had gone home and started telling everybody,
Allegedly, he spoke up a few times to his parents. He told his parents, he complained to a few persons in the school and did not take it serious. But I think that's a special case. Allegedly, bullying is what happens in that school. Almost everyone complained about bullying happening in that school, yes. But I understand what you mean that I, for one, I do not support violence in any way. I don't feel violence can fix anything. It's just going to traumatize everybody.
Sometimes it does. I'm not an advocate of violence, but sometimes it does. That's why right now a lot of parents are sending their kids to go and learn karate. Why?
Okay, so
because self-defense.
Oh, it's not? Oh, no. Okay, but it's a form, it's learning
self-defense. Is it not learning?
Self-defense is not violence.
Good.
So that's what she's saying.
I'm not advocating for violence, but I'm saying in self-defense because I cannot always come to report to my teacher. I'm caught at the back of the corner with amongst 4 boys, and they're beating me or borderline trying to rape me, even as a kid, because right now we know even 13 years old are going about raping and all that, which is horrible, so to speak. But I'm saying as a girl child, I'm cornered by maybe 3 little boys and they're about to beat me, and you're saying, oh, I've learned self-defense. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to stay.
Don't get self-defense wrong with violence. When you are attacked, you defend yourself. Not that... In
what terms? No. I want you to expatiate. In what terms do you defend yourself? How do you defend yourself when you are attacked?
There's only one way to defend.
Shout out.
No,
you might be in a situation where you can't shout. Nobody can hear you if you shout.
The way you're saying it, that violence, no violence. As in when they beat you back.
As in punching you. And you are...
Okay, now let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. When I was growing up, when I was learning karate, my teacher was a girl. Okay, so we went out together. I was quite small, and we went to the dojo. We were coming back. And as we're coming back, the bus conductor held her at the back of her boat and called her a prostitute. And she asked him, do you know me before? There was a way she asked him. And he was like, who you be? And actually hit her on her chest. Okay, till today, I don't know what happened. All I just know is I blinked. I saw the guy on the floor.
You blinked and you saw the guy on the floor. You do not know what happened. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
That is not violence.
It's not, but it's in self-defense. But you did not see if it was a punch or if it was a slap or it was. But the child was the guy was on the floor. Okay, I'll leave it at that. He was on the floor. Okay, really quick. Please, what are there penalties? Are there consequences attached to these bullies from schools? What can schools really, really do? Are there penalties for this kind of behaviors from bullies, especially, please?
Schools are really doing a lot to combat bullying in the system. Giving seminars, enlightening the children on the meaning of bullying, different types of bullying, how to avoid being bullied, and how to prevent yourself from becoming a bully. The schools are really inculcating in children how to become an upstander instead of passive bystanders, giving a positive report, helping the bully, speaking out for them. You understand?
Yeah.
Then I earlier told you of how the school excommunicated someone who was a bully at that time, So if the school set such boundaries, such rules, and such policies, it will become a force that will guide the school system.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. We really cannot exhaust this topic because I have a lot that I want to say about this. It's been a heated topic for me, but still we can't totally exit. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much. Ashley, I'm sure that you had a lovely time today.
Yeah, and I still have a few questions, but I guess we'll have to do this another time.
All right, so you know what to do. Stay tuned, subscribe, follow, like, share. You always want to stay tuned to all of our topics. They're always heated. Bye for now.
Bye.